Hello everybody, I am Pranavi Nissan and I just finished reading We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This was a pretty short book which was released in 2014. It's actually a TED talk but it has been later written extensively into a book, and I just picked it up today and it took me an hour to finish, and I decided to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So as the name indicates, We Should All Be Feminist is a book about feminism and feminist, and the author Chimamanda's experience as a feminist. So feminist is a word which our society usually associates with something unpleasant or something really undesirable in a person, or especially a woman, because feminism over the years has gained the unpopular opinion, which is totally not true, that feminism is essentially about women having the upper hand in the society. But that is so wrong. Feminism is about equality of both the genders, politically, ethically, in any way. Feminism is about equality of men and women being on the same level. It's not about women having the upper hand. So this is such a false and unpopular opinion people have about feminism, and this has essentially led to feminism being very unpleasant. And I have an experience with this, that a few months ago one of my college mates, he's a boy, he put a funny status which read that if you ever want to be sad or depressed or angry, or if you totally want to ruin your mood, read something which is written by a feminist or a book about feminism. Like, this status was supposed to be funny, and this was like a real eye-opener about how men actually view feminism. Like, not only men, a few women in our country and in the world also view feminism as something so negative and something which is so angry and not at all desirable quality in a person. So basically, in our culture, when we raise a boy, we raise him very oblivious to the struggles faced by a woman and all the discrimination that girls face just because they are women. And when someone, a woman, decides to step up to the world and speak about the injustice that is being done to her based on something so fundamental like gender, women and mostly men see it as something very unpleasant, because they have no idea that we are facing these struggles. Even if they have an idea, they're refusing to accept the fact that we have equal right to talk about the injustice we are facing. So this book is basically about what I just said, about how the author was viewed as an angry black woman just for being feminist and just for talking about her views. And she is not like pointing fingers that you did this, or you raised the kids like this, or men are like this. It's not condescending at all. It's like it's just like an essay, like how she faced the world for how many ever years she lived, and how people treated her differently just because she was a feminist. And so I decided to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars, because I've been a feminist almost my entire life, and this book didn't show me anything which I already didn't know. Like, I knew how the world viewed feminists and how the world viewed the rights of women, and also it was not very new to me. And this book is for beginners, about people who want to know what the whole deal about feminism is, or beginner readers even, because this is a very short book, around 60 pages. You can finish it in one reading. For me personally, it was not very eye-opening or something, because I already knew all the issues she was talking about. But if you are someone who wants to know more about feminism, or who are new to the concept of feminism, then I recommend you all to read it. It is a good starter into the feminist ideology. Apart from that, the writing of this book was extremely beautiful. It was very flowy, fast-paced, and straight to the point, without any diversions and sidetracking. It was very good writing, and I found a few lines and paragraphs from the book which particularly resonated with me, and I would like to read those paragraphs with you, so you might get a review of how the book actually is, and if you like those few lines, then you can go on to read the book.
He told me that I should never call myself a feminist.
since feminists are women who are unhappy because they cannot find husbands. So I decided to call myself a happy feminist. Anyway, since feminism was un-African, I decided now to call myself a happy African feminist. Then a dear friend told me that calling me a feminist meant that I hated men. So I decided I would now be a happy African feminist who does not hate men. At some point, I was happy African feminist who does not hate men and who likes to wear lipstick and high heels for herself and not for men. So in a literal way, men rule the world. This made sense 1,000 years ago because human beings lived in a world in which physical strength was the most important attribute for survival. The physically strong person was more likely to lead, and men in general are physically stronger. There are of course many exceptions. Today, we live in a vastly different world. The person more qualified to lead is not the physically stronger person. It is the more intelligent, the more knowledgeable, the more creative, the more innovative. And there are no hormones for these attributes. Man is as likely as a woman to be intelligent, innovative, creative. We have evolved, but our ideas of gender have not evolved very much. But by far, the worst thing we do to males, by making them feel they have to be hard, is that we leave them with very fragile egos. The harder a man feels compelled to be, the weaker his ego is. And then we do a much greater disservice to girls because we raise them to cater to the fragile egos of males. We say to girls, you can have ambition but not too much. You should have aim to be successful but not too successful. Otherwise you will threaten the man. If you are the breadwinner in your relationship with a man, pretend that you are not, especially in public. Otherwise you will emasculate him. But what if we question the premise itself? Why should a woman's success be a threat to a man? What if we decide to simply dispose of that word? And I don't know if there's an English word I dislike more than this: emasculation. So that was my take on we should all be feminist. And if you like the video and if you like the review which I gave of it, I recommend you to check out the book. Even if you are not a beginner to feminist and know everything about feminism and are a huge supporter, even then I recommend you to read the book because it's very educating and it's a good read and it's pretty short, so you might enjoy it. So until next video, goodbye.